Julian Bruce with McDonald Realty at 700 Walker's Hook Road on Salt Spring Island. I'm just about to do a full walkthrough video of this house and property. This is a semi-waterfront property. Walker's Hook Road is just down below, and there's a part of the property with a boathouse on the other side and beach access. Well, I'll just do a tour now of the main house. This is the primary bedroom wing of the house. Hard to appreciate the views based on the cell phone video, but this is a beautiful little observatory spot up here above the media or library room, and even the views to the back of the property. There's a lot of great garden views and a nice little clearing up at the top of the hill there. So this is kind of the laundry pantry room access to the house with the formal entrance being where you'd expect, just coming up the driveway. But great to have that option to just come straight into this kind of smaller foyer and into the laundry room or pantry for storage. So hot water tank is in here. And there's some of the infrastructure for the radiant in-floor heat system in this closet. It's, I understand, a little valence is going to be going in to cover that up. So everywhere where you see the stone tile is part of the radiant in-floor heat. And we have two wood-burning stoves in the house. Well, that's everything for the main house. I'm just going to grab my shoes at the deck here and head outside. So there's two water sources for this property. There's a drilled well. It's an older one. I understand it's less than 100 feet deep. So there isn't a well log available for it. The owners somewhat recently replaced the submersible pump. It's under this bonsai tree here. I opened it up, everything looks good. The electrical, of course, goes down from there. They say it's plenty adequate for domestic use, for all the water for within the house, and that many years they've used it for irrigation as well without trouble. But there is a spring, a creek rather, of which they have a water license to draw water from. And this little pond here. So you can see there's a bridge across and it carries on back through there. So there's an electric pump here. They just plug in the extension cord and it pumps water into the sprinkler. There's also a couple of other spigots attached. Let's see if I can peek in without taking the lid off. You can see a few other spigots up there. So those feed a spigot up at the top of the property, which I'll go to in a moment, and I think also a spigot in the garden here, and then there's a spare valve as well that you could connect. Oh, pardon me, there's one at the top of the property and then one down here. So anyway, that solves all the irrigation needs, so that you're not using the drilled well for the drinking water in the house. And in the basement there's the filtration infrastructure, of course, for the drinking water. Perhaps I'll do that first. There is actually a large basement with one finished room and plenty of storage. So some of the seller's belongings, of course, stored down here. Plenty of standing height. 7 feet to the floor joists. There's crawl space access through this area, and you may have seen in the laundry room. I believe that's the crawl space access for the on the other side of that wall there. And then this finished room down here with the main breaker panel for the house. There's a baseboard in here and pocket lights. So there's a second hot water tank, of course, and then fridge and freezer down here as well. Great, as well as a basin. Doesn't look like that's hooked up currently, but it looks like there's a drainage point right there as well, so that can be quite practical to have down here. So we've got a woodshed here. There's actually a 20-foot shipping container behind this kind of facade here. There's a bit of stuff stored in here, but yeah, quite a lot of additional storage within this space as well. And then great to have, yeah, lots of wood storage. You can just see that's right, it is. But yeah, great shed. It looks quite presentable from the front, but practical storage infrastructure behind it. So I'll just head up now to the back portion of the property. At 5 acres, it really goes up quite a ways into the forest, so I'll go through a portion of that. I encourage you to come and explore the property yourself. A lot of terraced gardens here. Nice view of the garden in the front of the house from here. This is the clearing I was referencing from the observatory. This is quite a striking view from up here. And there's a chicken coop. So this property is within the agricultural land reserve. A seasonal cottage is not possible on this property, even though it's over 5 acres. I understand there may be a potential for an exception if you were housing a employed farm worker on the land and generating a certain amount of revenue from the property for agricultural purposes, but you should certainly verify that if that's something important to you. It's a little steep just coming in there, but there's nice stairs, and then this great trail network through the forest up here. And you can actually access Wims Road pretty quickly and get access to St. Mary's Lake, walking through the forest through here. Lots of stunning maple trees and cedar and fir throughout here. They're all quite healthy, which is a testament to the groundwater in this area. Well, I won't go too much further through here, but from my understanding, I'm about halfway back in the property, so it goes quite a ways still in the forest. But I don't want this video to be too long. We still have to go to the water. So while you're not allowed a seasonal cottage on this property, accessory buildings like a studio or workshop certainly are permitted. This certainly seems like a ideal location, at least for a gazebo or something, if you wanted to spend a lot of time on that clearing there. Oops. There we go. We're open that from that side, but now that I see how it works, it's actually pretty straightforward. Lots of raspberries just coming. Oh, I might sample one. Oh, I assure you that is delicious. So I've just actually received a refresher on the orchard here. We have a cherry tree here. Behind it is a plum tree. There's quite a few different varieties of apple. A walnut just at the back. I'll walk down in. Yeah, so these are all apple here. This is the plum tree. You can just start to see them coming in. Cherries are happening. And then this here is the walnut tree. And at the driveway by the gate, these are all lilac here. And a magnolia on the hill next to blueberries there. And some of those terraced gardens that we saw as I was walking up the hill, there's an incredible asparagus patch. And these are all, of course, different colors when they bloom. So, yeah, beautiful orchard. You know, to some degree all terraced. It's still actually in quite great shape, but could use a bit of attention. Whoops. Definitely wearing the wrong shoes. Just wait for the bus here. It's good to note it's on the bus route, as you can see. There's lots of thimbleberries. These are all thimbleberries here along Walker's Hook Road, which are, in my opinion, the best berries on earth, as they're too delicate to harvest, so you just have to enjoy them. So this is the path down to the beach. I'll just start with the beach house on this side here. So it is off-grid. There is a solar panel on the roof, and there's a inverter and battery down here. I believe this is just set up to power this light, really. I just see one plug coming out of that. But yeah, great space. There's a lot you can do with this space, but great spot just to keep all the water toys. And there's a little outhouse. I believe it's a composting toilet, actually. Yeah, absolutely. Metal roof. Absolutely no odor in here whatsoever. More thimbleberries. All right. It's a really nice and gradual slope down to the beach, which is quite nice. There's a lot of properties on Walker's Hook that are quite a lot steeper as you get onto the beach. Yeah, I've seen there's quite a lot of kayaks up the bank there, these two boats. More thimbleberries down here. And yeah, we've got, as I said, Galliano right across the way. Walker's Hook is, of course, just down to the east there. And it is incredible kayaking in this area. Some geese in the water there. I understand this to be about mid-tide right now. You know, maybe, you know, mid to low tide right now. Not that it would be hard to bring a kayak from the high tide mark into the water here. It's quite flat through this section right here to the water. Wallace Island is also just down there if you want a slightly longer paddle, but great camping there. And yeah, an incredible spot to enjoy the waterfront. Well, I think that's most everything for 700 Walker's Hook Road. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and please do reach out if you have any questions. Thanks again. Bye-bye.